Welcome to the Healing Experiment podcast, where we don't just talk about healing, we create a felt experience of healing in every single episode. Our intention is to immerse you into a healing experience while holding the intention to heal and awaken humanity one heart at a time. Are you ready to feel it for yourself? My name is Sue Dumais. I am your host. I am a global impact visionary leader, intuitive healer, and spiritual mentor. I have been doing this work my whole life, and I was born a healer, so my healing work started in utero with my mother, and I'm honored to be your host for the Healing Experiment today and to support you in realigning your polarity, your physical human body polarity with the new polarity of the planet. So Mother Earth's polarity has changed, and a lot of people are really struggling and they don't realize why. And a lot of people are experiencing these profound symptoms and really odd symptoms, and they don't understand why. I discovered the polarity piece just recently. I had a conversation with Kristen Bilecki. She was a guest on the Healing Experiment, and we talked about the heart of the center of the heart of creation. So you can check back on that episode with her and I, the conversation we had there. But when I joined with her, she had mentioned the polarity of the planet changing, and it struck a chord really deep inside of me. It resonated really deeply. And as I kind of sat with that and played with it, and I do a lot of work with Mother Earth, but I never really tuned into the polarity. So when she planted that seed, it opened up something inside my awareness, and I started to explore it. Another individual I was talking to, a really powerful healer as well, Dr. Kevin Preston. He's got an episode on the Healing Experiment too. You can check out his podcast with me, our Divine Conversation as well. When I was talking to him, we were talking about what's happening globally and the shifts that are happening, and I tuned into the polarity again, and there was another piece that came in, and all of a sudden it all just dropped in like a big download. And this is how healing happens. This is how awakening and insights and consciousness rises, is that we get these little seeds or these little insights that come in, and we can't always make sense of them on a human level. Sometimes we have a filter in our own mind. We don't even realize we have a filter. Sometimes we have resistance. We don't even realize we have resistance. So I'm sharing this with you because I want you to be wide open. Keep your mind wide open as you can. You're still going to have some filters. You're still going to have things in your humanness that might block your insights and your guidance and your intuition. But the work is, your heart work is to continue to keep your mind open, to empty the mind of everything you think you know and everything you think you don't know, so that you can receive that knowing, which is knowledge that goes beyond the knowledge in the world. It's a knowing more than a knowledge. And that knowing allows us to tap into a wisdom that is far greater and not limited by our human perspective. So, with no delay, let's get into polarity, and I'm going to talk you through a meditative lesson. And as I'm walking you through that meditative lesson, I'm providing a level of understanding for your mind so that the mind and body comes along for the ride. I'm giving you just enough of an understanding to let go and allow. You may still feel resistance. That's okay. Just sink in and surrender as best you can. And as I'm walking you through this meditative lesson, it's infused with energy, a beautiful quantum vortex, a divinity vortex that allows a clearing and an alignment and a healing to happen on a deep level. So in the background, I'm working with your energy, and I'm providing a level of understanding at the mind. And that's what I do. As a healer, I'm also a teacher, a spiritual mentor. So I provide that understanding and the experience. That's part of my gift here. So without further delay, I'm going to invite you, if you're able to at this time, close your eyes find a comfortable position so that you can actually relax your body enough to soften it and allow the experience to move through the physical as well as the energy body. And at the same time, don't make yourself too comfortable that you fall asleep, because I do need your mind to come along a little bit here as well. So as you find comfort and support around you, I invite you to take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. As you close your eyes, let the breath fall out of your mouth with a bit of a sigh. And let's do 2 or 3 big falling out breaths. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, and letting go of the breath with a softness in the back of the throat. Allowing your breath to flow and anchor you in the present moment. As you shine the light of awareness on your breath, just notice the inhale and the exhale without changing, judging. Simply observe. And as you bring your awareness to the present moment and to your breath, just know that if your mind wanders off at any time through the process, just gently bring it back. Without judgment, gently bring it back to your breath, to my voice, to this experience. As you're breathing, inviting a softening in the body, a letting go at the level of the mind, a curiosity, and drop into that space of wonderment. I wonder what experience I will have in this episode. I wonder what this process will shift within me. I'm open, I'm curious, I'm willing. And then just invite the energy of yes, thank you into your heart. Yes, thank you. I accept this opportunity to heal. Yes, thank you. I accept this opportunity to realign my polarity. Yes, thank you. So when the Earth's polarity shifted, and this wasn't that long ago, as the Earth's polarity shifted, our own physical body would have felt and experienced that shift. Our energy body, our physical body would have been impacted by that shift. So if you imagine if the Earth's axis shifts and changes, everything on Earth will be influenced by that. It's like having a magnet under a piece of paper and putting iron filings on it. If you move that magnet in one direction or another, the iron filings will follow that magnet. So we are magnetically connected to the Earth. And when our magnetic polarities are in sync with the Earth, there's a harmony, there's a synergy. What has happened is the Earth's polarity has shifted, and within our own physical body, without realizing it, for most people this is happening in a subconscious level. Most people are fighting, it's like their cells are fighting to keep their polarity where it was, instead of allowing the polarity, leaning into it, allowing the polarity to shift within us to find that new set point, that new beautiful, harmonious position that matches or aligns with the Earth's new polarity. So for me initially, when I was tuning into it for myself, I felt a leaning to the left, like having a broomstick or a wizard staff holding in front of you, and you lean it to your left. But your body's trying to stay up straight. So you imagine your cells being pulled over to the left, but they're fighting to hold straight up and down. Now this is just a visual to give you a sense of what is likely happening in your body. When we are holding steady and trying to fight to go back to that original set point for our polarity, we're actually in conflict. We're creating an internal tug of war, an internal pull, an internal fight or battle within ourselves and all the spaces around. And the more we resist that, the more intense it becomes. So the symptoms in the physical body can increase. And I'm seeing a lot of healers, a lot of sensitive people that are feeling this pull and having all these symptoms that don't make any sense, including me. I had a lot of symptoms that didn't make sense. And the minute I shifted my polarity to match Mother Earth and to align with this new set point, quite a few of my symptoms actually shifted. And I felt a very relaxing, peaceful realignment happening within me. A letting go of a fight that I didn't even realize was happening inside of me. So in this moment, just set an intention to lean into the Earth's polarity and just giving your body and your mind permission that after you lean into it, after you feel it, after you experience the alignment, you give your mind and your body permission to go back to this old set point if it really wants to. So just a willingness to go and check it out, try it out. So as you allow your body to just gently lean, imagine that you knew how the new polarity would be or feel like if you were in alignment with it. And I know initially for me, I almost leaned over to the left, like my body leaned and I could feel the polarity and I could feel all my cells just all of a sudden landing there and feeling really good about it. And then I could leave everything kind of leaning, but physically bring my body upright again. So sometimes you have to physically lean into it as well and then come upright. So the same way some people with poor posture understand that they need to force their posture to be straight, and they force it straight by contracting and holding other muscles tight. Meanwhile, they haven't released the pull that's pulling them out of alignment. So it's the same kind of thing. We want to release the pull and the need to go back to the old set point or the familiar set point. Let go of that pull, let go of that need, let go of that desire even, and lean into the new polarity. For a lot of people that I've tuned into, it's been to the left. Sometimes it's to the left and forward, to the left and back. Others, another client I had it tick-tock back and forth, right to left, right to left. So for you, the invitation is just to feel into what would it feel like to just surrender to this new polarity and align with it fully, physically, energetically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and always even in your etheric body. And then as you're playing with that and kind of feeling into where that set point is for you, just know that this may make you feel a little bit dizzy or a little bit off because your body's been fighting to hold it straight up and down for so long. And that lean may feel a little bit offsetting. Just go with it anyways if you can. Breathe through it. And then we're going to add an electromagnetic grounding cord. For the longest time, I've been just using a grounding cord, but now I feel like the mind needs to understand that there's an electromagnetic grounding cord. And what that looks like is bringing a cord of light from your tailbone down into the earth, wrapping around the beautiful crystalline core of the Mother Earth, and just allowing any electrical scattered energy to release down that cord. So the electrical scattered energy is often in relationship to our thoughts and our beliefs. So just letting any kind of thoughts and beliefs that are just creating scattered energy, let them leave down the cord into the earth to be renewed and recycled, transmuted by Mother Earth. And then seeing that beautiful light grounding cord, I want you to imagine a second cord, kind of like a coil wrapping around, like copper wire wrapping around that main electrical cord. And it wraps all the way around and then down and connects and wraps around the core of the earth as well. And the core is this beautiful white crystalline core. And this cord, this extra coil, helps release the magnetic scattered energy. And the magnetic scattered energy is the scattered energy related to our emotional body, any of our emotions, the layers of emotions. And we're going to offer back anything that's not ours. We're going to return that to the rightful owners. So any emotions that are not ours, return them to the rightful owners. Any beliefs and thoughts that are not ours, return them to the rightful owner so that they can heal them. As long as you're holding them, you can't heal them. So you're going to give back all that's not yours, and you're going to take back all of your projections, everything that is yours, positive and negative, heavy or light, doesn't matter what it is. Anything that's rightfully yours in your humanness, we're going to accept and return to you. If you're willing to receive, say yes, thank you. And then anything that's coming back that's not serving you, that has nothing to teach you, we're just going to let that energy be discharged down into the earth. And then we're going to open up the earth chakra, the energy center for the earth below your feet. We're just going to activate that and align it and spin it. And then one above your head, we're going to activate one in particular. It's representing the quantum space, the quantum field for you. Opening up that connection to your divinity. And then we've got the earth center below. We're going to activate the other elements, fire. And this is all around your solar plexus, around your waist, like a belt. Air and water. And then in the heart space, you've got your connection to spirit, your spirit. The spirit center. There we go. Take some deep breaths. And exhale. Again, letting that polarity, surrendering to the new pull, the new feeling of where that polarity needs to be within your body, and inviting all of your cells to align their polarity with this new position, aligning all the water in your body and all the space in between and around you to lean into this new polarity. Inviting your mind and your brain to come along. So the mind is not contained by the physical head. It's beyond that. But the physical head, the brain, has its own need as well. So we're going to align the physical brain and the 3 glands in the mind: pineal, pituitary, and the thalamus gland. That helps awaken the whole mind, the whole brain, activating right and left side to work in harmony here. Here we go. Beautiful. Breathe. Allow. Surrender. Soften. Lean into it. Allow the lean. Now invite that energy, your energy field, or your physical body, your cells, to keep that lean, but then bring your physical body straight up. Keep the lean of the polarity happening, but imagine your physical body standing straight now. Again, breathe, soften, surrender. Let go of the resistance, let go of the fight. It's okay. Totally okay to realign with this new polarity. And any grasping, any resistance, any fear, just soften around it, witness it, offer it over, forgive it over to Spirit, forgive it over to the divine, and trust. There we go. Deeply rooted into Mother Earth, feeling that beautiful polarity aligning the magnetic energy of your human self and your divine self with the Mother Earth's magnetic energy field. So our polarities are now in sync, in harmony. Yes, thank you. Just feeling into that energy. Yes, thank you. And then inviting any scattered energy that remains, any scattered magnetic field or energy, emotions, thoughts, beliefs, anything that's no longer serving, just inviting that to go down the grounding cord, or offering it over as an offer of forgiveness to the divine to support your healing, to support this realignment. Beautiful. Keep breathing. You may have to take a few deep breaths just to let the breath fall out, as an intention to kind of sink in and surrender a little bit more, soften a little bit more. And then there's 2 more things I'm guided to do. We're going to tune into your etheric body. The etheric body is like an imprint, a memory of all your experiences from this life and often past lives. So we're just going to clear your etheric body and align it as well with the new polarity. We're going to clear any clutter that's there, any cobwebs, any scattered energy, any old leftover stuff that just doesn't need to be there. Just renewing it for this new time, this new energy, this new experience. And then your etheric blueprint is kind of the blueprint that you came into this life with. And a lot of times the blueprint is outdated or expired, or changes have been made, but the blueprint hasn't been updated. So we're going to update the blueprint now. If you're willing to receive that, just say yes, thank you. And then we're going to do one more thing. And again, the mind doesn't need to know, totally understand this completely. Just again, with that energy of yes, thank you, if you're willing to accept it. If you don't feel to, then just say no, thank you. Totally okay. Your human will is you have a right to exercise your human will. If you say no, thank you, then that's okay too. So I'm going to collapse some timelines, any timelines that are no longer serving, that don't need to be kind of scattered out, and we're just going to bring them in, and I'm just going to compress them first. And if you're willing to say yes, thank you. We're just going to compress any timelines that will support the shift for you in the polarity and beyond the polarity as well. Just whatever is purposeful for you in this moment at this time. And if you listen to this more than once, you can experience it again, and it be different timelines if that's what's purposeful, if that's what's guided. Just collapsing them now. Deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Big falling out breath with some sighs if you need to. So just know that the shift, although I made it sound quite easy and simple, can have deep, profound results and impacts. It can influence a lot in the physical body. So be kind to yourself. Slowly bring your awareness back to your physical surroundings. Stay with your breath and stay with your body, allowing it to have some time of integration. Don't just jump right up. Take some time, create some space, allow the integration. And sometimes it may take a day or two or even a week to really fully align and adapt. And you might find yourself just pulling against it again, and just lean and surrender. Come back to this again if you need to, if you feel guided. Listen to it again, share it with others, because there's a lot of people right now struggling and they don't know why. This internal battle and this struggle, this internal kind of fight to hold upright when we just need to lean into it, this internal battle is causing a lot of people emotional trauma and confusion and uncertainty and physical symptoms. So share this with others, and even if they don't understand it, they will have an experience that will create a shift within them that will help them, even if they don't understand it, even if they don't necessarily know what it means. They can have an experience with it. So take a couple more deep breaths. Just take your time coming back to the space. All the environment surrounding you, becoming aware again, and you may open your eyes. Or you may stay here a little bit longer if you need to. I have some exciting new insights coming in, and some new, a beautiful, massive spiritual redirect. I've been shown by the divine to redirect my energy and to really laser focus in on supporting Mother Earth, the animal kingdom, nature, humanity, and all beings. And what I'm seeing is a gathering, kind of bringing all of those individuals together that are really sensitive, who have been doing the work for Mother Earth, for our planet, for the animals, for nature, and for humanity, and bringing them all together. So stay tuned for that. I'm just getting all these downloads, so I'm trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together and bring it to fruition. But I'm preparing and creating a beautiful foundation right now, and I'm really excited about doing this work. It's probably the strongest calling of my heart that I've ever had in my life. So it feels really purposeful. It feels very timely. And I feel like I'm answering the call for humanity and for Mother Earth and for the animal kingdom and beyond, to bring us all into that vibrational alignment with oneness and interconnectedness that we all know is there, but in our humanness we feel the separation. So we're bringing us all together into that beautiful global unification, and I will be sharing more as I get more clear downloads around it. So I want to thank you for tuning in and for sharing this episode with others that you feel would be beneficial to receive it. And I just want to honor you in the work you're doing in the world and who you are and why you're here. And just know that even if you don't have a sense of purpose, there is purpose. There is purpose for your life. There is a reason you are here. There's a reason you're listening to my voice right now. And I'm sending this message deep into the center of your heart and soul, so that you know that you matter and that there is something, some role, some part that you're meant to play in the healing of the whole of humanity, in the healing and alignment of all beings everywhere, all together, all at once. And as we join in that beautiful intention of global unification, of global oneness, we can and will have an impact far greater than we can ever begin to measure, far greater than we can ever begin to imagine. I honor you. I see you. I'm so grateful. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining. Thank you for saying yes to the experience. Until next time, love and blessings.